Hello guys, today about bikes and bikers and why. On Facebook, one of my friends from Poland posted, wow, the bikers go from Russia, Germany, they coming from Hungary, they stop in Auschwitz. So I would say very respectful bikers, and they represent something, obviously, which nobody knows what. They just scared of them. So the fear is there, and I kind of asked, what are you so fearful about? And the answer was, nobody knows. And I said, I gotta say a couple things about this. First of all, my father had a bike. No, he wasn't a biker. We're talking Poland many years ago. But being raised kind of on a bike, driving from point A to B, cousins, this, here, there, between my mother and my father, I kind of have the best feeling about bikes, motorcycles. So that's one thing already, the point for not being, no reason to be afraid. The second thing is the fear is really very stressful and can kill, because stress kills. Before we start getting so upset about something and afraid, why don't we look into it, get some knowledge? Whenever you feel upset, ask yourself, why am I upset? Is any real reason? Just because I watched a movie that Hollywood made, and of course for the profit, for the money, let's face it, about some Hells Angels or whatever other group that is, and something happened there in the movies, or even let's say in the real life. Once in a blue moon something happened, and yes, it's a saying, one spoils for many. It's very true. And then is that stigma. Ooh, what? Bikers. Such a fear. And yes, we have two groups of bikers. First is those guys who have this kind of stuff doing for a hobby. So they have the bikes, nice ones, they take care of them, and the spring, for example, comes summer, and they get together and they drive together. Isn't this wonderful? Like-minded people doing exactly the same thing and enjoying it, loving it. How can you not admire that? Well, I do. I'm absolutely so fond of those guys. Now we have a second group, and they kind of like Hells Angels, for example. They have those skulls, or Nazis, swastikas, or those big jackets, leather jackets, of course, and with all those insignias and who knows what else. Like it's just so many things that we don't understand. Patches and respect few, fear none, big tattoos, and the next thing we know is like, wow, they gotta be dangerous. They probably will stop and rape and kill, and just look at them. Wow, I'm afraid. Oh, if that's how you feel about this, mission accomplished, because that's exactly what they're going for. that is what they try to portray. Fear. The fear is not for you to be afraid of them, but to stand up for something. Stand up for freedom, being truthful to themselves, for for, of course, being surrounded but like-minded people, which is always wonderful. And they say basically, we are not afraid of life and living. We're not scared of anything. We living, we're making decisions, we're following our dreams, we live with passion. We're not fearful. We stand up maybe sometimes for social injustice or to scare you, all you sheep, that you are whoever is afraid of living and making decisions and life. And some bikers who has tattoos and wears a black jacket and couple insignias that you have no idea what that is all about. How about learning? Okay, so they want to look like, you know, like the outlaw, because that's what they represent. It doesn't mean that they will kill, rape, and do any criminal injustice. It simply represent freedom of thinking and being who they really are. And maybe sometimes not liking it, what is going on in this world, okay? They definitely stand for rejection of social constraints. I'm sorry. They definitely desire to shock public who don't understand the biker way, the biker's way, whatever that is, whatever they stand for. I remember traveling somewhere. I was alone and I needed to stop to get something to eat. And when I first came to America, I would hear, oh, whatever they are, stay away. And I never understood that. So wherever I saw so many of them, that's exactly where I stopped. Had a nice meal. I watched them. I was absolutely captivated by it. By they just culture. It's so different that I know, and that's okay. Just because it's different, nobody said there's something wrong with it. So at some point, I got to go to the ladies' room, and one of those women was washing her hands, and she was, I would say, around 30, maybe 3 years old, and had a beautiful black leather stuff on her clothing. With her great figure, she looked really sharp, and I smiled because that was my way of saying, wow, great, it's so cool. And her face was like ready to kill. But you see, that comes with the package, and people will say, oh, she's gotta be nasty, oh, she's gotta be horrible, because she had that face ready to just not kill. No, it wasn't. You see, once you're trying to look so cool, you cannot look like a sweetheart. That's how they figure out, hey, we're the outlaws.